Hey you guys, welcome back to another Spill My Tea Tuesday. Yay! So I got this outfit from Shein today in the mail and I kinda like it. Hold on, let me pose real quick. Let me pose. Yeah. Okay, anyways. So I'm gonna get ready to do my makeup because I am about to go do some bingo today. Anyways, the story's gonna be pretty short. I have two stories I want to talk about, but today I'm clearly gonna just do one. But hey, let's get into it. So one story is about how the abortion clinic, and the reason why I think it's kind of relevant is because women are talking about now how women don't want men making decisions for them. And then the other one, my experience, it's going to be my experience at the abortion clinic. And then the other story is going to be, God, I look like a raccoon. The other story is going to be how I was able to survive with no job for a year and a half during the COVID pandemic health emergency. Okay. So, okay. I think that I'm going to talk about the abortion clinic maybe next time. Sorry, you guys. I just don't think that I mentally want to talk about it at this moment, but it will be the very next thing you see me post, okay? So look forward to the next Tuesday. I'll be talking about my story. All right, so the one that I want to talk about today has a lot to do with, good Lord, I don't know. It's like this thing. So this kind of like, okay, I don't have much of a stomach, okay? Like, this is my stomach, okay? I literally just say. But, like, it's not that big. But this thing, it, like, kind of wraps. It feels like around. Anyways, long story short, let me get back on the subject. So, this one has survived during COVID-19, during the pandemic. I'm going to explain my story a little bit. So, I went out of my way to get my adjuster's license, to be a licensed adjuster in the state of Texas. Because I was like, this is my career path. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I feel accomplished with it. I feel satisfied with the pay. I feel comfortable with the different types of adjusting that you can do. I feel comfortable with pretty much getting out there and going to different companies. The pay at different companies was amazing. So I got my adjuster's license. I worked hard as an adjuster. I was with the company for 5 years, and I went through all types of hell. And with being with the company for so long, I went through so much hell. But I stuck it out because I had a wise person tell me, like, hey, like, stay there. You don't want to keep fluctuating job after job after job. Stay at a job for once. Because I was 23, I think, with... I don't know where my freaking stuff is, you guys. Where's my makeup stuff? I was 23 and I had 21 different jobs at the time. So when someone told me, like, hey, you might want to just stay at the job, try to get your feet wet, stay somewhere for a little while. Looks better on your resume. I was like, all right, I wasn't necessarily just completely thrilled to do it, but I did do it. And I'm so confused on where my makeup is. This is like so weird. Like, did I put it somewhere? I don't normally touch my makeup. Probably my daughter. And so, you guys, I'm just doing like something like pretty light today. But I can do up close and personal so you can see. So one day, my job calls a whole bunch of people. We started working from the houses because COVID-19 got so bad that, they wanted nobody to be at work. They wanted everyone to be at their houses working or just not working at all, I guess. So we evacuated the building. I was one of the first people to go because I told them I had a kid and I didn't have a lot of sitter options for her, and everything's being, closed down. So anyway, y'all, I cannot find any of my makeup. I'm not understanding where it could possibly be. I'm like, Anyways, I'm still talking, okay? So then I started working from home, and I worked from home I think for about 6 months or so. I got a promotion while I was at home, and then I continued to work from home, and I actually started to actually enjoy working from home versus the office. So much freedom, so much like just flexibility, can kind of like chill a little bit, didn't have to be micromanaged, so I was okay with it. So my job eventually called some people to do a virtual appointment, and they're like, hey, we're laying you guys off. And they just randomly laid us off. There's no word, no warning, no nothing. We were just gone into the wind as if we never even existed. And then I was like, oh gosh, are they gonna fire me? And I thought that they were, but they had a meeting with me to tell me that they laid off majority of the company. And they said, hey, you know, we don't think we're laying you guys off, like, but we don't know anything that's going on. And of course, at that time, it's not like jobs were just everywhere, okay? It's like you kind of had to, like, you know, stick it out and just pray and hope for the best. So I stayed on the job probably another like 3 or 4 months, and then they set up a meeting one day with my name in it, and I don't think I thought they were laying me off that day. I was just kind of like, oh, a regular meeting. You know, we didn't know what was going on, and then they laid off the rest of the company. And so I, at that point, applied for unemployment and applied for food stamps and applied for unemployment, food stamps. What else did I apply for? Gosh, just all the benefits I can think of. Medicaid, women's health, all that good stuff. And I started to somewhat live on the government. I also applied for rental assistance. And so, yeah. No, it was not a smooth transition, you know. It was like at home all day. It was pretty pretty depressing, you know. And at home all day and all night. And then I eventually got approved for everything. So I got unemployment, and unemployment like lasted me a year. And then I got food stamps that lasted me 2 years. And then I got women's health, I think that lasted me 2 years. Medicaid that lasted me about 2 years. And then what else? Is that all of it? Yeah. So I got all those benefits, and I was good for the first year. So the first year I was getting paid, and I was looking for jobs because, of course, if you have unemployment, you have to be actively looking for jobs. Excuse my red hands. I just ate hot Cheetos, and apparently I'm a messy eater. And so you have to be like actively looking for jobs, right? And so I was actively looking for jobs. Oh wait, I found it. And so anyways, after that year was up, still no job. Still no job. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? So I started like trying to do DoorDash. I started doing DoorDash pretty heavily, as much as I could. But of course, DoorDash was just completely congested. So there wasn't a lot of like orders or anything like that. So I was like, oh shit, you know. And so that happened, unfortunately. Then I think right when unemployment ended, I think that I had came up for my rental assistance. So rental assistance didn't click in until like a year later. My rental assistance didn't kick in. Once it kicked in, it paid for my rent for 3 months, 4 months, something like that. But of course, I owed a lot on my rent. I owed the extra $2,200 because my bunnies destroyed my apartment during the time when I did not have did not have a job. And so my bunnies destroyed my apartment. And so yeah, I had got the rental assistance, but then I had to like pay back. So my rent was technically covered for at least 2 months, which is good. And then after that, unemployment just randomly cut me and the whole world off. Okay, did that. So then I reapplied, and I got accepted again. And so I was like, okay, cool. Got accepted again, got to use it for like another like 3 or 4 months. And the money was very scarce. It wasn't like, they started decreasing the amount that they were giving you. So the money got a little bit more scarce and stuff like that. And so I was doing my DoorDash still actively looking for a job. Of course, at that time, it's not like everything's just accessible like that. I actually put this. This is my highlight, you guys, but when I got it, I feel like it looks like my skin. So I had to go back and get another highlight, which is the one I use under my eyes, because I'm like, you need a lighter highlight to do your makeup, obviously. So anyway, in the meantime, you know, I was just really getting into like manifestation and law of attraction and spirituality and growing as a person. I took advantage of that time to go to counseling that I desperately needed for years and years and years, but I was always working. I never had the ability to go to counseling. I never had the freedom to go. So I got me and my daughter into counseling, and there's times where I didn't necessarily have the money, but God always found a way. Law of attraction was always working. Every time, you know, I would tell myself, hey, I want this amount of money to come to me to pay my rent. I want my rent paid this month, whatever. It's like something would happen, like random little things here and there. Like my mom would be like, hey, here's some extra money. And my boyfriend would be like, hey, here's some extra money. Whatever, the law of attraction was working. I started to go and give plasma. I started to, you know, do DoorDash. I started to do a little bit of cleaning on the side. Since I have my own cleaning business, I started to, what else did I do? Every penny I got, I just remember like holding on to it. Like if my mom gave me a $20 bill, I'm like, okay, put this up. Okay, now I need $900 more or whatever for rent. It actually worked out. After that, DoorDash plasma, I ended up finding a small little hustle job. So I working at this job, it's commission only, but I was blessed to actually make commission. So like for the first like couple of months, I actually made commission, was able to pay my rent. Then of course, you know, your luck isn't always on the up and up when you're in commission jobs. And so after that, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta find another job. So I'm applying at stuff. And I at this point, I was really lazy. Like, I didn't even care. I'm like, you know what? My rent's gonna get paid. I'm not about to, like, freak out about it no more. Like, it's gonna happen. The universe is gonna work it out. God's gonna work it out. Everything's gonna work itself out. So I just kind of gave up. And I just remember laying in the bed, going to sleep late, waking up late. I mean, just whatever. And so, I was really into the angel numbers. So one day I'm asleep, I did apply at random jobs and everything was cut off. Okay, all my benefits are cut off. I'm like, oh, whatever. And I'm just like in this space where I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna work out, but God has been providing this last year, a whole year with no job and me just doing little side gigs here and there, making money and able to provide for me and my child and still get my hair done and still get my nails done. So God provided during that whole time. And so I'm like, it's gonna work out, you know. Law of attraction, you have to know that it's gonna work out. You have to believe that it's gonna work out, and you have to give it to God to fix it. You can't be stressing out about it, constantly thinking about the lack of. You have to act like it's already happened. You need to write down it's already happened. Part of the reason why I was able to survive so long without a job is because of law of attraction and speaking things into existence and writing things as if they exist and praying about it and meditating about it and not stressing out about things that I can't control. Just letting the process work on its own, not forcing it or rushing it. Sorry, I had to wash my hands. And so for a whole year, different things came up where I was able to pay this, pay that, pay this, pay that. Money came in this way, money came in that way. Just different things. And I also had my boyfriend help me tremendously during that time. Which was amazing. And so when you put it all together, it was definitely a trial. It was definitely errors, but I had to believe that the law of attraction was working. I had to believe that God was working. I had to believe that in the Bible says, if you knock, it shall be open. A faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. God wants you to have all the abundance that the world has to offer, but you have to at least believe. Action without works is dead. I mean, Anyway, so I remember like at 10:10 a.m. I get a call and I'm like, hello, and they're like, hey, are you still coming to this job interview? And it said 10:10 a.m. and that's an angel number. 10:10 is like kind of like go for it, blah blah blah. I'm gonna have to post what 10:10 angel number means. But so I was like, oh my God, you know, this is a sign. So I went to this job at a tax repair office after I lost the commission job at a air purifying company. And so I go and work for this tax office maybe a month and was able to pay rent for maybe a month and a half, 2 months, whatever. Left the job and then I found another job. And God has just been providing. I remember that after I left that job at the tax office, I just didn't want to really be around people because of their energies, and sometimes energy spread to you and it puts you in a dark place. I wanted to continue to be on the up and up with my manifestation and my law of attraction. So I decided to quit the job, not knowing what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, what's going to happen. But you guys really get into that manifestation stuff. You'll see it for yourself. And there's an abundance of everything for everybody. Just so you know. I can say that during this time of not having a job, I've had more than I've ever had when I did have a job. So just saying, like, y'all have to get into that. Get into law of attraction. Get into, you know, what God wants for your life. And you will be truly successful. Anyhow, so I worked at the tax office. I ended up leaving, then I got another job. But you guys, within this whole year, there was at least a year that I did not work. And I relied strictly on manifestation and God providing and attracting and law of attraction and all that stuff. And during the same time, my mom was doing the same thing, and she was always able to pay her rent too and always have money in her pocket too. And then on top of that, not only were we able to provide, my mom got a lot of help, like years of assistance. Yeah, where does that happen? Law of attraction, God, things like that. So anyhow, back to the moral of the story. You definitely can do anything that you put your mind to. You definitely need to look into, you know, getting yourself right with God, getting your spirituality right. I don't want to necessarily say with God, because I don't want people to feel like just because I'm a Christian, I don't support any other religion. Whatever you are what you are. You find your own time to either accept God or not accept him. It's up to you. I am not biased, but I can say with the law of attraction and bringing things into my energy, I was able to get so far in life, you guys. And so can you. You have an amazing day. And I love you guys.